What's going on YouTube? Yes, I'm back again with another challenges solving exercises, and this time we're gonna be looking at basic algorithm scripting. Let me just zoom in a bit so you guys can see this properly. Alright, perfect. Right, so it tells us a bit about algorithm scripting. A computer algorithm is a sequence of steps that's followed to achieve a particular outcome. To write an algorithm, you must first understand a problem and then solve it with coding. To make solving problems easier, it can be helpful to break them into many chunks. Then each chunk can be solved one by one. For example, if you're building a calculator, don't try to solve the problem as a whole. First, consider how to get inputs, then determine each arithmetic operation one by one. Finally, display the results. In this section, we will learn to solve basic algorithm problems using JavaScript. This will help you improve your problem-solving skills and prepare you later solve more complex problems. Hint, and that's a hint it gives us. If you get stuck, try using console or log to log variable values to the console. This will help to debug problems. Right, awesome. Let's get started with our first challenge. So in this one, we will convert the Celsius to Fahrenheit. The algorithm to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit is a temperature in Celsius times 9 divided by 5 plus 32. You're given a variable Celsius representing a temperature in Celsius. Use the variable Fahrenheit already defined and assign it the Fahrenheit temperature equivalent to the given Celsius temperature. Use the algorithm mentioned above to help convert Celsius temperature to Fahrenheit. Don't worry too much about the function and return statements as they will be covered in the future challenges. For now, only use operators that you've already learned. Right, cool. Okay, so it's giving us the Celsius as a parameter, which is 30, and now we need to convert this Celsius using this formula here. So what we're gonna do is calculate Celsius, Fahrenheit by multiplying Celsius by 9 first. So Celsius multiplied by 9, and then in brackets, then we're gonna divide the whole answer by 5 and then add 32 in it, and that will give us the Fahrenheit. Alright, so let's see if our test has passed. Hopefully test, yes, get to chopper. Oh yeah, can't wait to go on a holiday now. Anyway, submit and go to the next challenge. Alright, so it says to reverse a string. Reverse the provided string. You may this one. You may need to turn the string into an array before you can reverse. Your result must be a string. Remember to read, search, and ask if you get stuck writing your own code. Cool. Right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna split the string into an array. So for that one, we define a new variable, say str string array. Alright, and then we split this past string, this one, into an array. Split with space in between them. Alright, and because I wanna make sure that if it's split properly, I would console.log string array and see if it's outputting. Okay, yep, cool. It's in the array now. So now what I want to do is reverse this array. So I will define another variable and then do reversed string array and then reverse this array there and with a method reverse. Perfect. And now to make sure that it's reversed, so I'm gonna console.log that one as well, which shows here that yes, it is reversed. Perfect. So now that's done, I wanna join this array into a proper verse, so I don't want all these commas and all that. Alright, so I would do reverse string and I will take this reverse string array and call a function join on the method on the string, and this should output proper string. Perfect. Here we go. Done. And I just want to see if we don't output these, it won't work out. So the commas are still gonna be there. So the empty quotes have to be there. Alright. So that being said, that one's done for us. Right. Without further ado, let's go to the next challenge. Alright. Oh, what did I do there? Ah, my bad. Sorry, I forgot to return it. Return the reversed string. Okay, now it's gonna work. Reverse string. Whoops. Perfect. Alright, should work. Yeah, perfect. Now let's go to the next one. So this one is about factorialize a number. Return a factorial of the provided integer. If the integer is represented with a letter n, a factorial is the product of all positive integers less than or equal to n. Right. So a factorial are often represented with the shorthand notation and exclamation mark. For example, 5 factorial is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 all multiplied, and that gives us 120. Alright, so only integers greater than or equal to 0 will be supplied to the function. Remember to use research ask if you get stuck. Cool. So let's get down to it. So we're gonna check if two things to remember. Factorial of 0 is always 1, and if the number is less than 0, then it should return as -1. So in this case, we're gonna first check for these two statements. So if our num equals 0, then we're gonna return 1. And if num num is less than 0, then we're gonna return -1. Alright, and if these both cases are not true, then we're gonna just tell them what to do. So if 1 is not 0, and if num is greater than 0, then we're gonna add multiply the number by the factorial of its own number. So in this case, we're gonna use a recursive function, alright, or recursive call, which is that a function calls itself at the end until the condition is met. Alright, so I'll just call this function by itself at the end here. Alright, and pass in a num -1. Alright, and I'll put the result of this part in the variable result. Yes, we haven't declared that, so I'm gonna declare that at the top. Let result is equals 0. Perfect. And we're gonna return the result. Okay, so essentially what this will do in the case of 5, it will come here, result is 0. So if 5 equals 0, nope, it doesn't. 5 is less than 0, no, it's not. However, it will come in this else statement and then multiply 5 by the factorial of 5, which is 1 digit backwards, so 5 minus 1. So it will multiply 5 by 4 and then give the result, assign the value to result, and then it will go back again. Because of this recursive call, it will go back up again, and it will do this until it's 0. So say is 1 here, and 1 minus 1 is 0, so it will go there, it will come here, yep, and then it will see if the num is 0, which it is, and it will return 1 automatically, and then it will come in, nope, and then it will go straight here, and then do the total value of num, which is 120, and the factorial of, and it will multiply by 1, which is 1 time. No, sorry, my bad. I don't think it will go here, but it will just come here, return 1. So at this point, the result is 120. Okay, and it will multiply 120 by 1 and then give the result out, which is here. Alright, that's sorted. Let's check if it passes the challenge. Yes, keep on trucking. Oh yeah. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so find the longest word in a string. So it says return the length of the longest word in the provided sentence. Okay, so your response should be a number. Right, so we need to find the longest word in this sentence. So first of all, we need to convert this string into an array. So we're gonna define a array here, so string array, and then we're gonna take that string and split it with space. So note here that if I console.log the string array here, it will create a separate index for THE space QUICK space so on and so forth. However, we don't want that. We don't want every single character and THE to be in a single index. Okay, we don't want that. We want the the entire words to go by indexes. So they're on 0th index, quick on the first index, brown on the second index, so on and so forth. So we can't achieve that pattern by just adding commas here. We need to add space as well. So if I just add space, look what happens here, right? Here we go. See, there's 0th index, first index, second index, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth index. Alright. So now that that's done, I've got the array, and now I wanna create a for loop. So let I, and then put a condition that I is less than my array length. And I increment. So now what we want to do in this for loop is check through check every single word count. So I'm gonna define a variable here. So longest word count is equal to 0, and then I'm gonna check if the first index, which is of the string, the first index value of the string and the count, my bad, I'll check the count, the length of the 0th index of the array, as in how long is the value that's stored in the 0th index. So I will check it by length, and then I'm gonna check if it's greater than my longest word count, which in this case on the first thing it's 0, right? So if it is, then I will just assign my value, the count of the the length of the value that's in the 0th index to be the longest word count. So there'll be string array, and then the length of it, and then I'll assign this to longest word count. Alright, now that that's done, I can just return the longest word count, and that should be it. Alright, hopefully it passes. Let's check it does. Yes, target acquired, bullseye. Alright, let's go to the next challenge. Right, so return largest numbers in arrays. Return an array consisting of the largest number for each provided subarray. For simplicity, the provided array will contain exactly 4 subarrays, so 0, 1, 2, 3, which is for 1, 2, 3, 4 arrays. Cool, so remember you can iterate through an array with a simple for loop and access each member with array syntax, bracket notation. Cool. This is the array, and we can declare a new array that assumes the minimum value of each index in the new array that we need to compare these values by. So say for example I say let new array is equal to array, but in this one I want to have the minimum number of the integers on min value, so I would assign that to the variable x. So do number dot min dot save dot integer. Alright, and this will give me the absolute minimum value of the integer, which is this one. Alright, so I'm gonna assign x in each index. So how many indexes have we got? 0, 1, so 0, 1, 2 and 3. Yep, cool. So assign that one 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now I'm gonna do a for loop. So we're gonna have two for loops, one for the main array, which is this one here, and then one for the subarrays, which is these 4 arrays here. Okay, cool. So let's say for int I 0, I is less than equal to r dot length. Alright, and then I is equal to plus plus, and then another one for these subarrays now. So change the variable. So j is equal to j is less than is the length of the 0th index, so the length of this index. So we're gonna do i's length. Alright, and then we're gonna increment j by 1. Oops, I put the bracket in the wrong place. Anyway, alright, so now that we've got our 2 for loops arranged up, now we need to set the conditions. So I'm gonna check if each index's value is greater than the previous one. Alright, and actually let me change this variable, which is new array, to the more proper name, so largest num in area array. Okay, so that's now what I'm gonna do is check every single values of this index against this value. Alright, and the largest one of all this will get stored in the new arrays 0 each indexes. Alright, so I'm gonna say if which is my existing array r, so r, and then my main index, and then my sub index, and then I'm gonna check if the value of this is greater than the first value of this index. Okay, the largest num in arrays of this index. Okay, so I'm gonna do largest num in arrays, and then the bracket notation. Perfect. And now if it is, then I'm gonna assign this value to my new array, which is largest num in array, and which index are we working on this one, the first one, so it will come here. Alright, that's done, and now I'm just gonna return the array, which is says here that return an array. Okay, so I'm gonna return this array here, over here, and then we should be done. Alright, let's hope that it passes the test. Oh yes, perfect. So yeah, thank God, that was a bit of a challenging one, but I learned a lot as well. So let's move on to the next challenge. Alright. Okay, cool. So confirm the ending. Check if a string first argument of string ends with a given target string, second argument target. Alright, I didn't quite understand that. Check if a string first argument of the string ends with a given target string. Given target. This challenge can be solved with the ends with method, which was introduced in ES 2015, but for the purpose of this channel, we would like to use one of the JavaScript substring methods instead. Alright, so now let's get started. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna decide the start position. So in this case, we're gonna have the start position here. Hang on, I might be going too fast. First of all, we need to do this challenge using a substring method. We can do it with the ends with, but this challenge specifically asks us to do with a substring. So what a substring method does is that it takes in, say, two parameters. These are your in positions. So first, where you want to start extracting the values from, and then where you want to end the values up to, but not including this. So in this case, if I do 1 and 4, so it will start extracting, I think, from, hang on, let me just yep, so it will start extracting from A, and in this scenario it will give a answer BAST. Alright, so AST. Alright, so the starting point, the ending point. Alright, cool. So now we need to so just to confirm it, the indexes would work as, so in this word it would do 1, which is A, and then 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the result that I will get is A, oops, A, S, T, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, in this case scenario, so basically that's your starting point and that's your ending point, but the extraction does not include this last index. Okay, so it will go last index minus 1, which is the 3. So I'll come back to this one. So we want our starting point, which I will give it as in this one we're going to extract in, so we need n, so our starting point is going to be 0, so string st string the length, so whatever the length of this string is, and then we're gonna subtract the length of the target. Alright, so target dot length. Alright, so that's gonna give us our stop position. In this challenge we don't really need the ending position. Why? Because we need to extract the ending characters of it. Okay, so now I'm gonna say if my string if the substring dot substring, oops, yep, substring, and then I'm gonna give it the position, which is my starting position, and then in brackets, no, sorry, not brackets, and then starting position, and then I'm gonna check if it's equals to the target. Okay, so essentially what I'm doing here, oops, I'm checking if my starting positions, so in this case it would be the length of this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus the length of my target, which is 1. So 7 minus 6, so I'd have a 6 here, and then I would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so that whole word's going to be disappeared, and then I'm gonna just be evaluating n if this index is equal to my target. Alright, so if it is, return true, actually I might do it in a ternary operator, which is a lot easier to understand and saves a lot of lines of code. So return false. Perfect. Alright, so I just hope you guys understood this one. If you haven't, please comment, and I'll make sure I'll get back to you guys with a even more detailed explanation. Alright, so I'll just refactor the code a bit. So if that one is, if it's that, then I would need true. If not, then false. False. Cool. Now that should do the trick. If not, I'll change it back to the other code. Alright, remove that as well. Run the test. Oops, substring is not a function. Oops, I forgot. Lowercase. Oopsie, should return true and should return true. What did I do here? I guess that's not really working, is it? I think what I had to do is enclose that in brackets. No. And just put if else statement. Return false. Let's see if that works. Okay. Never mind. Will you run now? What am I doing wrong here? I must be doing something wrong. Oops, my bad, guys. I forgot to remove this. Please beware. I've learned this in the hard way. Whenever you write some extra code, if it's not part of this code, it won't let your code run properly, and you'll get errors like I was doing just now. Alright, so let's get this test passed. Hopefully, yes, pass. Perfect. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys really enjoyed it and learned even more. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, have fun coding.